Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big one. The preseason is officially over. A lot of you guys already have your drafts done. A lot of you guys are drafting. We got the best fantasy football content coming to you guys from now till the season starts, and then from the season on. I hope you've been enjoying. Smash the like and subscribe button. Please helps us out as a small channel. Today, listen, man, preseason's done. That's the name of the game. We're going to have wide receivers. We're going to have running backs. We're breaking down the biggest risers. And I'm going to be telling you guys, look, I have all of the stats pulled up for some of the guys that I like the trajectory of. Guys you should be having on your radar for drafts, for trades, and for waiver wire. Because a lot of them are pretty young, pretty readily available, right? So let's get into that right now. Let's win your league. So today, the biggest preseason risers at running back, right? So at running back specifically, we'll have a whole different one for wide receivers. Today, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 running backs that I think performed well in preseason and are good risers. Name number one is a name a lot of people are now familiar with, a bit of a household name. Honestly, he's pretty high up the rankings in terms of where he's getting drafted now in ADP. He's going around an ADP of 100, believe it or not, when this guy was getting undrafted just prior to when B-Rob Jr. gets traded to the 49ers. So the real reason Jacory Krosky-Merritt, a 7th round draft pick in a deep running back class, gets this high is because B-Rob Jr. is now on the 49ers, making him the presumed starter with positive buzz out of camp. Now, what you do need to know as well is keep Chris Rodriguez on your radar too. Honestly, it could be a running back by committee approach. We have Eckler. Eckler has been somebody throughout his career. We all know Austin Eckler was a fantasy god when he was in his prime. Now, his prime is way behind him, but he is still going to be that third down back, and he projects to have a good amount of time on the field. When B-Rob Jr. was there, he was still at a 56% snap share, so I'd be surprised if Eckler still is not hovering around 50%, which is going to definitely cap the ceiling of Jacory Krosky-Merritt. Now, Chris Rodriguez is kind of a nobody. Maybe they give him some chances, maybe they do, maybe they don't. A year 3 guy that's kind of been a nobody throughout his entire career. Now, notably, his yards per attempt has actually been pretty good, 4.8, 4.9 in the limited action he has seen. So maybe Chris Rodriguez gets a chance, but honestly, you got to expect they're going to be giving it the coaching staff. Cliff Kingsbury is going to want to give it to Jacory, kind of the 7th round pick who has positive buzz, positive momentum, younger guy. So Jacory definitely is somebody that should be rostered. Chris Rodriguez is going to be interesting week 1 waiver wire addition potential because let's say Chris Rodriguez comes out and he's out snapping Jacory, then Rodriguez might be the preferred hand at the beginning of the season, and Eckler definitely rises as well. But Jacory Krosky-Merritt ran for 70 yards on 18 carries and a touchdown in his preseason work. Pretty effective right there. Now, he did have a 27-yard touchdown run that did boost those numbers in terms of effectiveness. He also added 3 receptions on 3 targets for only 8 yards, but he was heavily involved in the preseason. Name number 2. It's actually not a rookie. It's Mr. Isaiah Pacheco. Now, the reason I like Isaiah Pacheco is he's back and he's better than ever. We saw his aggressive running style on display in the preseason. He looked really, really good. So Pacheco comes out in the preseason. He does add a score, a tutty. Now, looking at his season stats, again, 7th round pick, but this guy is the Chiefs' very good offense, number 1 running back. He had 15.3 points in 2023 in his breakout year. Now, you might be saying, 8.13 average points in a PPR format in 2024. You're wrong. Now, prior to injury, he was actually averaging 16 points a game the first 2 weeks, comes back from the broken leg, and he only played 30% of the snaps. So do not get it through your head that Pacheco is a bust. Oh my God, Pacheco was bad. Pacheco was good last year prior to breaking his leg. Now that he's healthy, full offseason to recover, expect Pacheco to be at 15 plus points per game again. So I really like him in all formats. You got Travion Henderson, big time riser. Now he comes out his first ever NFL touch. Returns the kick for a tutty. A crib house. A crib walk? I don't know, man. Takes it to the crib, right? So Henderson ran 5 times for 38 yards and a touchdown, and he added 3 catches for 12 yards in the preseason. But I think we saw plenty of his explosiveness on display all offseason. A lot of positive buzz. Now, what I will say is this Patriots offense, I still think has a lot of question marks. You have Mr. Pest himself. You have Ramondre Stevenson. Now, if you look at his contract, he's pretty highly paid. And he was a 63% snap share guy in 2024. This could be a 50-50 split. Now, best case scenario is like 65-35, leaning Travion Henderson, which I still think he could feast in that scenario. But the Patriots offense does not necessarily project out to be the highest scoring offense in the league, does it? Sure, Drake May can take a year 2 lead. Sure, Stephon Diggs is going to help. Kyle Williams might help a little bit. I'm still a little bit concerned, but I think Henderson has a chance to have a high ceiling and a low floor in a PPR format if he's getting a lot of the receiving usage. Ollie Gordon is somebody to mention. Now, name number one, I like Devon Achane a lot, but Devon Achane is banged up. Calf injury, blah, blah, blah. Let's just say that Devon Achane, he's borderline. He's probably going to play, but he's borderline. So he's hurt. Then you got Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright is also hurt, but even worse than hurt, he proved he was trash. He had a very ineffective preseason showing, all preseason, and Ollie Gordon did not. Ollie Gordon, don't forget, Ollie Gordon had a bad 2024 in college, but in 2023 in college, this guy had over 2,000 yards. So Ollie Gordon in the preseason, 26 carries for 126 yards, a touchdown, and he had 3 catches for 48 yards. Now, one of those receptions was like 35-yard reception that bolstered those receiving yardage totals, but he had a very, very strong preseason showing, and he could be the lead running back for the Miami Dolphins with Tua, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle. And even if Jalen Wright's healthy, Achane's healthy, blah, 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 Ollie Gordon's still probably going to be that goal line power rushing back, and he's looked really solid all preseason. So I like him a lot. Definitely a name to keep on the radar. Nick Chubb has to be mentioned. Now, Nick Chubb isn't exciting, except for his cost. His cost is something that does excite me. And also the fact that Mixon, it's really weird. We haven't heard anything about Joe Mixon at all. Like, it's very, very scary. If you are a Mixon holder right now, thank goodness I'm not. But it seems like Nick Chubb's going to be the starter in week 1. Dameon Pierce is a nobody. Woody Marks, he honestly looked pretty solid in the preseason. Woody Marks did look solid in the preseason, but all the buzz is that Woody Marks is only going to have receiving usage and not rushing usage. Kind of annoying. Now, Nick Chubb is not going to be at that 16-point per game mark that we've seen in the past. His efficiency is just not, you're not going to have, you're lucky. If he gets more than a 9-yard rush, write him a letter, a thank you letter, because he's not that effective anymore. But he can be a high volume, immediate starter for this Texans offense, and he probably will. Now, in preseason, he ran 5 times for 25 yards, added 1 catch for 4 yards. He's the starting running back for Houston as of right now heading into the season, and he's currently going at the very end of your draft. So this guy is, the cost might be worth it. Final name is Jaylen Warren. Now, everyone's, oh my God, new shiny toy, Caleb Johnson. Aaron Rodgers is ripping every rookie on the Steelers a new you-know-what. I mean, this guy, Aaron Rodgers, we all know how particular he is. And Jaylen Warren is a very good pass-protecting running back. Jaylen Warren is also a good receiving running back. So you can see his receiving totals. He averaged 4 receptions, or almost 4 catches per game in 2023, almost 3 catches per game in 2024. Now you have him as the starting running back over Caleb Johnson, because Caleb Johnson honestly wasn't too effective in the preseason. I didn't see something like, oh, Caleb Johnson looks really good. Like, he looks solid, but like, Jaylen Warren, 2 rushes, 3 yards, trash. 2 catches, 12 yards, all right. He basically didn't play because he is the cemented starter early on in the season. Now, sure, Caleb Johnson will eat into that as time goes on if he shows that he's explosive, but what if he doesn't? And what if Aaron Rodgers likes the pass catching back of Jaylen Warren? It's a big time possibility. So all 6 of those running backs are big time preseason risers. Have them on your radar, trade targets, waiver wires, all that good stuff. Smash like and subscribe button, boys. Please help this channel out to grow. And thanks for watching.